Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Our Japan. This is Akino Roza.
And Kiyoshi. How's it going, Rosa?
Oh, it's going. It's going. It's going.
It's going. I heard. Japan's hot now. You're entering
it's
the hot season.
last week was so awful.
Yeah, everybody's really complaining.
It's supposed to be at this time of year. It's supposed to still be like rainy and cloudy and like, showers here and there. So like, even though it's the hot season, it's summer, you get a little bit of respite because of the rain, right? But this year, like the rainy season, it finished like really quick with like barely any rain. So what that means is that we're like straight into the hot days without any break.
So it won't rain anymore?
I mean,
I know it lasts it's like a week usually. Right?
You.
It's not long, right?
It is. It is. It's supposed to be pretty long. Like
what? Not like
a
a
month
month long? Really?
A month or so, yeah.
I don't remember it being that long. I thought it was like 2 weeks or something.
No,
which is
that's really
long,
short.
But yeah.
But I mean, it might rain here and there, but like it's supposed to just be like raining all day, every day for like weeks, or most of the week for a while. But none of that happened.
I don't ever remember it being that bad though. Maybe I got lucky or whatever, but
yeah, I mean it's pretty well. I mean, depends what you consider bad. But, I mean, it's a good
maybe my tolerance
thing.
for rain is
like it's a good thing because it keeps the temperature down. So, like I remember,
does it though? Like usually it's like super hot and then also raining, so you're like doubly wet.
No,
you're like
but
more wet than usual.
It's not as like it's of course it's hot, but it's not nearly as hot as it would be if it was sunny. Like
I guess so. Yeah. You're right.
Because
It's
I
still
remember,
uncomfortable though.
even for like going out and stuff, like I remember like until usually the end of July, I can last outside, and especially in places like Kyoto, beginning mid-July, like I was actually able to go there and be decently comfortable in terms of like heat and humidity and all of that because it was raining a lot of the time. But this year
Skipped it all, huh?
Yeah.
No rain.
No rain.
Just unbearable heat.
So there's talk of a drought and problems with
not good.
rice and all that.
Rice. Oh no.
Yes.
But that brings us to the topic today.
Rice.
Nice segue, right?
Nice
rice,
segue. Which is
GOHAN.
GOHAN.
Which is a type of food. Oh, actually, an actual food. And our topic today is, well, the Japanese word was, as you said, GOHAN, which means could mean you could translate it to food, meal, rice. Typically means like I think it means like food usually.
Well, I mean the reason that rice means food is very also logical because rice itself was the main staple of the Japanese diet like for a very, very long time. So like even
still
if
is, right?
Yeah, but like that was the main, like it could be just rice.
Yeah.
The meal is rice,
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it doubles as the word for food and also rice because food equaled rice at some point.
Good history lesson.
Yes. Very, very surface level of history lesson.
Extremely surface level. But specifically, we're going to talk about foods that Japan
does well.
Get correct versus food it does not get right.
Yes. That should be fun. Do you have... I hope you have a lot of examples, Kiyoshi.
They will come to mind once you start talking about it. I have a couple though, but you start.
Okay, well, I think this is a very obvious one to start with. And like it really can't be helped because this is Japan. And of course, this is going to be the best place that does this thing right, which is sushi.
You can't get it wrong.
Cannot get it wrong. And just
even their like the cheap sushi.
Yeah.
Like the kaiten sushi places are
it's
pretty
still pretty
good.
damn good.
Kaiten meaning kaiten is go around like to. I'm forgetting English. It means to like spin, not spin, but kaiten. Save me. What does kaiten mean?
Well, it's
kaiten is like
rotating.
To rotate.
Yes.
There you go.
I had to look that up in the dictionary.
Jesus.
Like, how do you English?
Sushi belt. How do you English? I have forgotten English, even though I'm living here, not in Japan, but in America. But it's like the rotating. You have the sushi on the rotating belt that goes around. It goes to the kitchen, and you order a sushi thing, and then they put it on the plate, and then it comes back to you.
Or you don't even have to order.
Or just has like random
what's coming around
exactly.
on the plates. And like
exactly.
Those places, they do a lot of like unique combinations that are not really traditional.
Oh yeah.
Like the salmon with mayonnaise and something.
Pieces that would Americans would be familiar with.
Although
they are typically on like a Japanese.
Although they are
place.
Universally delicious, regardless.
Yeah. I actually had a blueberry cream sushi one time.
What?
It was I think it was It was like a novelty sushi place in Shibuya, and one of the items was like a dessert blueberry sushi. So it was like blueberry cream on top of rice, which was
interesting.
It was okay.
Like blueberry cream.
I don't think I would order it again.
Or just cream.
I think it's like whipped cream. I think.
Huh.
It was not cheesy. No.
I see.
And they also had like a hamburger, which is like a hamburger patty with
Wow.
a little bit of cheese on top, and that was on top of a bed of rice. Not a bed, but like a sushi thing of rice. That was unique. Not out of the ordinary. Palate wise, it was beef on rice. So, but I mean, that was also unique.
Like obviously, the reason that Japan's #1 at sushi is because one, just the freshness. Like you can't really beat the level of freshness of the fish, right?
No, not at all. I mean, every morning they probably would get a shipment.
And there's there's a huge difference apparently in the freshness of fish, of how it's treated like after it's fished, like the way it's sabakikata.
Okay.
The preparation, like taking out the blood and like doing all that stuff like immediately.
Yeah.
It keeps the freshness like very high, and so there's that. But
I wasn't a big sushi eater.
What?
Or a sushi liker until maybe I want to say like 10 years ago. I had never been to like a proper sushi restaurant, especially not one in America and not even one in Japan, until my friend took me to like her friend was like a sushi chef, and she took me to his place, and they had proper, it was kind of semi high end sushi place, one of those places that have like 5 seats and like 1 table or 2 tables and like 5 seats at the counter, that type of place. And then that changed my whole perception of sushi. And then from there on, it was very good. It was very fresh. The uni was very, very good.
Yeah, so speaking
before that, I'd only had like, kaiten sushi or like some America, some place in LA or
California rolls
or dragon rolls with like cream cheese and shit like that.
I mean, those are good. Those are good.
I like them.
They're not sushi, but they're good.
But they are not a great representation of what actual sushi should be. And,
they're a fusion dish. That's very, very delicious. You know what I miss? I really miss salmon skin salad.
Salmon skin is actually good.
It's not a thing here.
Yeah, no. So if you're a fan of salmon skin in America, don't go to Japan expecting salmon skin anything.
Yeah, I really could go for a salmon skin salad. That would. Anyway, so I mean, I took an easy one because it's pretty obvious. But sorry. Before we continue on, since we're talking about food in Japan,
Yeah.
A few episodes ago we talked about a burger. You remember Munch's Burger?
Oh yeah, the Trump.
Yeah,
Trump
and I told you I'd try it, right?
and you actually went and tried it?
Well, I got it delivered, but yes, I tried it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was.
Did you get his cheeseburger? Did you get his
I got
specific
the
burger?
one. Yes, I got that one.
All right.
It specifically said the president of the United States had this burger, and I'm like, they didn't say. It doesn't say Trump. It says the 大統領, アメリカの大統領.
Yeah.
But
they know what they're doing.
yeah. But it was actually really good.
Right?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. However, I don't know if I'd say it's the best hamburger I've had. But
Yeah, it's not,
it's, top
it's not mind blowing, but it's
Top
it's
7.
very, very good. Top 7? Top 7? What a strange list. My top 7 foods. My top 7 burgers. Why? Why 7? Not 10.
Well,
Not 5, but 7.
10? Okay, like if you say 10, that seems like anything goes. Like they're all my favorite. But then I actually have quite a few really, really delicious burgers that I love. So it might be more than 5. Off the top of my head, I can think of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it might be top 5. It might be top 5, actually.
Top 5. What are the other 4? Are they
Okay.
like burger places in Japan or like just in general?
Japan. One place is a burger place in Hidatakayama.
No, I don't know where Hidataka?
So Hidatakayama is
Hidatakayama.
It's a popular like vacation destination in Gifu-ken, so Gifu Prefecture.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Gifu, so.
And so it's in the mountains. And did I say I said Hidatakayama, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For a minute, I was like, I thought I said Gifu Takayama, which is not a thing. Hidatakayama. So the thing with Hidatakayama, the reason why I love Hidatakayama so much is the beef.
Okay.
Let me explain. So
Okay.
Japan has Wagyu, right? Japanese beef that it's famous
Yeah.
for. And there's quite a few places actually that are famous for its beef. So Wagyu is just the normal like overall term. And then you have Kobe-gyu, which is probably what people see the most outside of Japan, Kobe beef.
Yeah.
Then you have Matsuzaka-gyu. You have can't remember any others off the top of my head, but there's quite a few. And one of them is Hidagyu. And you might think that, oh, well, all Wagyu is Wagyu. But I have to be completely honest. Hidagyu is the number one for me. And the reason is because it has that kind of perfect combination of like fattiness, but also leanness. Like it's not too fatty, but it's enough to be like soft and like melts in your mouth. But it doesn't have that meaty flavor, and it's not too fatty, so it doesn't feel like...
It doesn't have that meaty flavor. What do you mean when you say beef doesn't have a meaty flavor?
So I'm really picky with beef. And
Okay.
I don't like... Well, I mean, Wagyu in general probably usually doesn't have that meaty, like wild flavor. Like, you don't know what I mean? Do you know?
I think you mean like gamey?
Yes.
Do you mean gamey?
Yes,
But beef doesn't usually have a gamey flavor, though.
No, okay, maybe not gamey.
At least...
Like stinky beef.
Stinky beef. I still don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
You've had some weird beef
it's
in your
hard. No,
time.
like it's hard to explain, but like most of the time I don't like most of the meat. A
Okay,
lot
okay.
like meat that's marinated or like it's cooked with alcohol. That's
Yeah.
I like that kind of meat. Like it gets the
I
stinkiness out.
I think I know what you're talking about.
See that?
But continue. Go on. Yeah, I get it. I sort of get it. But okay, yeah.
Okay, so Hida Takayama has Hidagyu. It's famous for Hidagyu. And I pretty much go to Hida Takayama basically just for the food, honestly.
Oh,
Like
that's good.
it's so good. They have like throughout the town there's like little my mouth is watering just talking about this. But throughout the town they have like little stands and like each place has their own way of like doing it, but they are gyu nigiri, so beef sushi, and like you order like a set of two and they come on this little rice cracker plate.
So it's raw beef then.
It's usually like slightly seared, but like oh god, that is like the best thing I've ever tasted in my life probably.
And so they use that beef
Yes.
to make the
So-
hamburgers at this
so,
place
yeah,
that you
so-
like to go to.
So there's the nigiri, but also there's a hamburger place that has like a just under $30 hamburger.
Jesus Christ.
And like the first time, like I had to try it, right? Like, come on, okay, yeah, 30, okay. Like, how good can it be, right? It was like
Yeah.
2,700 yen or something. So I tried it and I was like, yep, it's worth it. It's totally worth it.
Do you remember the name of the place?
I do not, but
It's a weird thing. Like, when you go to Japan and you go to restaurants, I feel like maybe as a foreigner or maybe the locals do this better, but I feel like I neglect to check the name of the place I'm eating at. Is that a thing? Does that sound familiar? Like a lot of restaurants, especially if they're not chains or whatever, I neglect to check the name of the restaurant before or after, even if I like the place. I go, okay, that place is great, and I don't bother to check the name, or the name like escapes me, for
yeah,
a very
like
long time.
like places I go to a lot in Tokyo, of course, I remember the names, but like some places it just stays in my brain like, oh, the burger place,
Yeah.
And then a couple other well, yeah, the Munches is, top 5. And then there's another place in Ebisu. Actually, there's
Closer
several.
to home.
Yes. There's actually several they have several shops, like several locations.
So kind of a chain, a
Yeah.
small chain.
Small chain,
Okay.
yeah. It's called Burger Mania. Burger Mania. And
Burger Mania.
Burger Mania, yeah. And what I really love about their burger, specifically one on the menu, there's a cherry burger.
Cherry.
Yep. So it's basically like cherry jam kind of cherry, like the cherry's like jammed cherry. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, cherry jam, sure.
Yeah, but like the cherry's actually like round, like a whole cherry.
So it's jelly, but with bits of whole cherries in it?
Yes.
Okay.
So whole cherry jam and cream cheese
Sounds good.
in the burger. So like it has that sweet and sour,
Wait,
salty combination that's just killer.
in the burger? In the meat?
In the
or you
in the
mean
burger,
like-
in the burger. Yeah.
So in the meat. So they
No,
grind
not
the meat.
not
and
in the
then
meat, not in the meat.
Oh, okay. So, okay. All right.
Inside the burger itself.
Gotcha.
And that one like it's really good. I really like it.
Speaking of burgers, foods they don't usually typically get right in Japan. Like American food is not like their forte.
Like what, for example?
I would say. For a long time, it was burgers, actually.
Oh,
One of the
really?
worst burgers I've ever had was in
Really?
Japan, in Disney Sea, actually.
Well,
But there's a caveat. It was during there was that whole shortage of like beef being imported to Japan around 2006, 2008, something like that. And so they would substitute beef with pork.
Oh.
And so everything, so you would go to like Yoshinoya and it would be pork bowls instead of beef bowls. And so the burgers were also made of pork, and then so they were not good at all. You think like any meat in between two buns or whatever would be good, but no.
It's gotta be beef.
Gotta be beef.
Yeah. For a burger, it's gotta be beef.
For a burger, yeah, exactly. And it just was not great. And for the longest time, I had the worst impression of burgers in Japan. And then years later, they started to step up their game, and now their burger game is like really good to the point where like they're like competing. They're like competing in restaurants, or it feels like there's a competition or like a healthy competition.
Yeah, for sure. I do have to say, some of the fast food burgers here, like the American fast food ones.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Carl's Jr. Like, they're expensive.
Oh, they're really pricey, yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna pay that much for fast food, I'll just go get like a real
your fancy $30 burger
well,
over there.
Not 30, but like you can still get a pretty good one for like 15 or 17, you know?
Yeah. Would you say it's like double the price it is here?
Yeah.
Or at least a third of the price, yeah.
I think double. I do. I mean, I don't know if prices have changed, but like I imagine it's still really, really cheap in the States for like Burger King, McDonald's. No?
No. Oh, no.
No?
Not at all. I think McDonald's maybe, but like Burger King is like insanely expensive.
How much is a burger?
Carl's Jr. I feel like you're like $12 for like, or $13 for like a meal.
Really?
Yeah.
Used to be cheaper though, didn't it?
Way cheaper. I think McDonald's is still, on the reasonable side, but like I remember like, going to Burger King fairly recently and being really surprised at how expensive they got.
I do have to say, Japan's McDonald's burgers, they actually come in the box like they look in the picture.
Japan's presentation of fast food is very, very good.
The Big Mac actually
they get close.
The Big Mac actually looks like a Big Mac, not like a
it's like stacked
little like sad thing.
Yeah, here it's thrown together. Like here's your bun, here's your meat, here's your cheese, whatever, and it just comes sort of like sometimes it's uniform, as most of the time it's not. But in Japan, it's sort of just they take care to properly stack your meat on top of your bun, on top of your lettuce, on top of your cheese, on top of your whatever. And it looks like the picture for the most part. Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
I do have another example of things that Japan still. I have not been able to find a place that like I can go to for this. Can you guess what it is?
I have a guess.
Okay, what's your guess?
My guess is Mexican food.
Well, close. Yes, Mexican food also, but I think it's getting better. Like there's some places that are pretty decent here and there. Like nothing like oh my god, this is great. But like not bad.
But what were you thinking of? Like
hot dogs.
That was my one and only guess. Hot dogs. Like what type of hot dogs? I feel like their sausage game is pretty good. But if you're talking like a hot dog in between two buns,
yeah, like even for like sausage, like hot sausage, like any type of like sausage dog bun thing that goes between the buns with like sauces and stuff.
So like one of my favorite items in Disney Sea, which has a fabulous like stall food by the way, is a sausage on like they stick a sausage on a bone and they sell that.
On a what?
And that thing on a bone.
On a bone?
Yeah. They get some bone from some animal, I'm not sure. And they just stick it into a sausage and they sell that. And that's like one of my favorite things at Disney Sea.
So just like the sausage though, right? Like
it's just a sausage, yeah.
See, I'm not I'm not a fan of sausages.
Maybe you just can't.
I mean, no,
properly.
What?
judge a sausage. Maybe maybe you're not acclimated. Your taste buds are not acclimated to a sausage, so you can't properly judge
Okay.
a
Okay.
sausage.
So just same with sashimi versus sushi. Like I need the other thing with it. Like I don't really like sashimi. I love sushi. Like I need the rice. So same thing with like the sausage. I don't want the sausage by
Mm.
itself. I need the buns and I need like the sauces and like the relish and like all the other interesting things that like I shouldn't have to think of what I need to put in there. Like that's the restaurant's job to come up with a perfect combination, right? You know?
Yeah,
And
I guess so.
so like I have two favorite ones that I still can't forget. There's one, and this is in the States. There's one like in San Jose. It's actually like
Yeah.
what's I don't even know what the place is. It's like a pizza place. Mostly it's like for beer and pizza and like those kinds of foods. But like
Yeah.
they have this thing, it's called Louisiana hot sausage. And it's like a
That
sandwich.
sounds good.
It's so good.
Okay.
I wish I could just like buy it and ship it from the States. This is how good it is.
What's the place called again?
It's in San Jose and I don't. Oh, Jake's Pizza. It is a pizza place.
Jake's Pizza
I
has
think
good hot dogs.
in San Jose. Well, Saratoga actually. I think that's what it's
Saratoga?
called. Yeah.
Go
I'm
go
like I'm like searching for Jake's Pizza now.
on. In San Jose.
Oh no, not pizza. It's just Jake's. Okay, Jake's
Jake's.
of Saratoga. Now that is
they have a-
nostalgic.
Oh, okay. And they have a Louisiana
Hot sausage.
Hot sausage. Okay.
That's like a sandwich kind of thing. But oh my
Okay.
god, that thing is so good. And another one is a hot dog that I had from a hot dog stand on the corner of some street in downtown Vancouver.
That's very specific.
And like it was my first time in Vancouver and in Canada in the first place. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow, Canada's like really good at hot dogs. Like they have really good hot dogs. I just assumed it was a Vancouver or Canada thing. And then like I saw another hot dog stand like in a different location and was like, "Oh, I want another really good hot dog like that one I just had." And so I got that one and it was not good at all. So, there was this one magical stand in downtown Vancouver that happened to have really, really good hot dogs.
And it was just your standard like what? Just hot dog in a bun.
Yeah, like I feel like well, like I said before, like the sausages are the problem here. I can't find a sausage that I like.
I haven't had a lot of sausages in Japan. They have those like the ones that are really popular are like the tiny ones. If you go to like izakaya and you order like a wiener, like a sausage, they bring out the tiny sausages or whatever.
But see, they end
have-
up being too much of that like meaty porky flavor.
I feel like you don't like meat in your meat.
That's right. That's a good.
Which
And then sometimes you get
it's
the
funny.
German sausages, right? Like the really big fat ones
yeah,
at
yeah,
izakaya.
yeah.
And those are like they're way
Sure.
too fatty and like bursting and like it's different. It's not. I'm still waiting for the perfect sausage.
Go to Disney Sea, get that sausage on a bone. I guarantee you that thing is very, very good. Actually, my favorite sausage type things are all from Disney parks in Tokyo.
Really? That's...
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're just really like phallic looking, suggestive.
They're that good?
The one is like a suggestive type of like it's a baguette with a sausage or a wiener in the middle, and the baguette is cut on the top, so the wiener's like sticking out like a uncircumcised penis. And that was pretty good. It's not like one of my favorites, but it's decent. Um, there was a hot dog in Disneyland, actually, Tokyo Disneyland. It's a tortilla wrapped around a hot dog with cheese in it. Very simple. One of my favorite things I've ever had at a Disney park.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you, like you've been
Maybe
mentioning
maybe my taste buds are like really unrefined. So like a tortilla wrapped hot dog is does it for me, but it's really good.
Are you like a really big Disney fan?
I am. I'm one of those Disney
are?
adults they talk about.
Really?
Yeah. Not to the extent of where I'm like getting tattoos or like I don't have like rows of Mickey ears in my room, but I'm pretty big fan actually. Yeah.
But you'll go to the parks like every
Oh
year
yeah,
if
a
you
lot,
can.
lot. I used to go
Really?
like once a week at a pass.
Really?
I used to go like once a week with a friend. Yeah, he also had a pass. We would go either once a week or every other week, definitely for like 2 years straight. We went like total like 90 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
I, by the way, have only been to Tokyo Disneyland, and only once.
What? You've never been to Tokyo Disney Sea?
No.
Wow. Now,
And
that's like famously
I've never
the
been
best
to
Disney
Anaheim
park.
either.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
You're from LA, you live in Tokyo, but you've never been to LA Disneyland, let alone Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yep.
Jesus. So the only Disney park you've been to is Tokyo Disneyland?
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good one. It's a good park. I liked it.
I should have gone to see. Like, I could have picked either one.
Well, you know, you're still in Tokyo, so you can still go to Tokyo. You can still go to Disney Sea anytime you want to.
I don't know.
Go. It's good. It's very good. It's famously, regularly touted as the best Disney park. So
Maybe
I mean,
someday.
it's not if theme parks aren't your thing, then whatever. But
No,
you should go at least once.
I'll think about it. I'll think. I might. I'll
At
go and report.
At least just for the sausages.
Okay. I might
Yeah.
go to the sausages.
You might find
the
the
sausages.
sausage you're looking for. You might find the sausage you're looking for.
That's a good point. That is.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the hot dogs, sausages, wieners are.
Apparently, hot dogs are not.
I'm still.
I don't have a problem with them, but Rosa has a big problem with them. I have not had a bad experience with the sausage in Tokyo yet.
Do you have any more examples that you've come up in?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna circle back to Mexican food. Mexican food in Japan is abysmal, or it was for a very long time. I mean, absolutely zero good places for a very long time until a couple of years ago. Maybe they started they started getting better. But I've had some really terrible Mexican places, Mexican food experiences in Tokyo.
So
Just nothing disgusting, but they were just like it felt like you go to a restaurant, they would like get out like frozen food and heat it up and give it to you. That type of place.
yeah.
Or that type of food. But like you could not for the life of you find anything decent for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I found like a really, really, really great Mexican place, but there are quite a few places around nowadays. So
Do you have any recommendations?
not to the extent of like recommendations, but like they're decent. They're not bad. But ideally it would be nice to have a place where I'm like, oh, this place is really, 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 really good. That would
There
be
was a place, at least the atmosphere was good at this place. It's in Tokyo. It was in one of those buildings near the station the atmosphere was good. The food was pretty good. I forget the name of the place. I wouldn't know it if I saw the name. I really want to tell you. Maybe I'll look it up later and tell you. That place was decent. There's these like chains kind of that popped up
Chains?
kind of recently. There's a place called Guzman y Gomez.
Oh,
They have
those kind of
you might have
chains.
seen them actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've probably seen those around. That place is kind of decent. It's kind of like Chipotle.
I did not really like it.
I mean, yeah, it's not great.
Like
It's okay.
But if I'm gonna go there, I'd rather go to like frijoles.
Frijole, that's another place that's like Chipotle, right? Where you
Yeah.
like just like assemble your own burrito. Not your own burrito, but like you tell them what you want, whatever. You go down like an assembly line and they put stuff on it, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to a few
It's very
holidays.
similar. So that one, like it's pretty good. Like
It's It's
as a
so
similar
it's
to
good.
Chipotle's kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's,
Not bad.
It's good. I would say it is. Don't set your expectations or whatever. But you could do worse. You could do way worse.
Yeah.
There's a place in Meguro that actually I kind of like. It's called Junkadelic, which is not doesn't bring to mind anything Mexican, but it's like right next to the train station, or at least the track anyway. There's like a row of restaurants when you leave the station. There's like a row of restaurants, and like at the far end, there's like the place is called Junkadelic, and they have decent food. I think they're a little bit above average, I would say, or a tiny bit above average. Yeah,
It's
definitely worth the trip. I've been there like twice, so.
Oh, it's close to Nakameguro.
Yeah, that area.
That's not Meguro.
No,
It is
whatever.
Meguro. It is Meguro. Sorry,
It's Meguro,
no,
yeah.
it's Meguro. I am going to bookmark it and see. I'm going to check what your taste
any of
buds.
these places, any of these places are like, I'm grading on a curve. They're they're either they range from good to pretty good.
So there's still room for improvement on the Mexican food.
Yeah. Their
Category.
Taco Bell in Shibuya actually is not it's
Really?
not bad.
Really?
It's not bad, yeah.
That's
If you're
interesting.
craving,
No.
American
No. Never.
Mexican chain, quote unquote
Never.
Mexican chains. It's good. It's good. They have beer. There's beer there, so you can get blasted.
There's better places to have beer.
I can't argue with that. But yeah, the Mexican in Tokyo, not great. Better than before. I was just watching a video on YouTube where somebody was interviewing foreigners on the street about what they can't get there, and like she interviewed some Mexican woman, and she said the same thing. It's like, just give up on trying to find Mexican food in Tokyo because you can't find it. I largely agree with that, at least the sentiment. But yeah, it's not great. Slim pickings. And that is the end of part 1 of our What Japan Gets Right About Food versus What They Get Wrong About Food. We'll be back next week with part 2, so stick around for that. Be sure to like this and subscribe. Follow us. If you have any questions, comments, stories, be sure to write to us at ourjapanpodcast@gmail.com. If you like something, please tell us. If you don't like something, please tell us. We take any and all comments. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.